Paddy's picks, my predictions this week for the Open Championship. The RNA are celebrating 150 years, and what a way to celebrate it this week by having the Open Championship, the home of golf. It's fantastic to see the Open return to St Andrews, as I think it's one of the greatest golf courses throughout the world. It's going to be a test for all players because there's a lot of bunkers on the course, 110, and if you go into those bunkers, you will not be able to advance it to a green, unlike the way you usually do on the PGA Tour or DP World Tour. And if you go offline, there's a lot of wispy grass that will sort you out. On the greens, the greens are huge, a lot of shared greens, and there's a lot of slopes and undulations on them. And if you land the wrong side of a slope, you could be in for a bit of trouble going off the green and maybe ending up in a bunker. It's the final major of 2022. Strange to say that, but here you go. Here's the predictions. I think that Jordan Spieth is going to win this week. In 2015, when I was at St Andrews the last time, he finished top five. Since then, he won the Open, I should say, in 2017 at Royal Birkdale. We'll all remember for his famous heroic shot on the 13th from the practice range to get a five, and then he went on to win it. Since then, he finished top 10 2018. Last year at the Open Royal St George's, he finished runner up to Colin Morikawa. He won this year the RBC Heritage in America. He came top 10 last week at the Scottish Open. Um, he's not a fantastic long hitter, but the strongest part of Jordan Spieth's game is a short game, and I think that'll be really important this week because I think it'll come down to a wedge and putting game, and I think Jordan Spieth is one of the best at doing that, so I think he's going to win this week. The top five, I think that Cameron Smith is going to finish top five. He's a good player. He won the players this year in Sawgrass. Just missed out at the Masters to Scotty Scheffler. He finished top 10 also last week. Coming into good form. I think St Andrews will suit a player like Cameron Smith. For some reasons, the Aussies always do well at the Open, especially for St Andrews for some reason. Also, to finish top five, bit of a strange selection, but I think Tyrrell Hatton is going to finish top five this week. I know he won the Alfred Dunhill Links twice, 2016, 2017. He also finished second in 2018, just missed out on three Alfred Dunhill Links wins in a row. I know they set St Andrews up a bit easier for the Alfred Dunhill because it's a pro-am event, but coming to win at St Andrews, I know that gives you good vibes. I know it wasn't the Open, but he's going back to a place where he's done well on before, and I think that'll count for a lot this week. I think he finished top five, top 10, similar to Hatton. Victor Perez won the Alfred Dunhill 2019. He spends a lot of time playing in Scotland. Playing a lot of links courses. He got a timely confidence boost winning the Dutch Open there just a few weeks back. So he's coming into the event in good form, and I think he'll finish top 10. Also, top 10. Um, Another Australian, Mark Leishman. He's a good player. He plays well on difficult golf courses. In 2015, when it was a playoff between Zach Johnson and Leishman. Leishman just missed out. He likes St Andrews for some reason, so he is also going back to the course he played on before, top 10. Elsewhere, Tiger Woods, I know he's playing. He hasn't really played much since what happened at the PGA there few months back in May. It's fantastic to see him playing. He's won the Open twice, 2000, 2005, so he knows every blade of grass around St Andrews. The only question I have about Woods is, will his leg hold up for 4 days, and will he be a bit rusty because he hasn't really played much competitively. So I think making the cut for Woods would really be an achievement. Looking at the other contenders, McIlroy, in 2015 when St Andrews was supposed to be on the Open, he would have been defending champion, but didn't play because of the leg injury of football. So he has a bit of unfinished business with the Open. He said this week it's the Holy Grail. He's been good this year, the majors, but would have been uh, St Andrews a short course, a few short par fours, and it'll be all with the wedge game this week. I know McIlroy's improved his wedge game over the last couple of months, but this will be the toughest test this week. Will he be able to, you know, be dial in his numbers with his wedge game under the toughest pressure? Because we see everybody's seeing at the US Open how good his putting is, the work that he's done with Brad Faxon. So his short game is fantastic, but if he gets that wedge game right, I think he will be in the mix up this week. The Irish Shane Lowry, he has a good chance of contending. 2019 Open champion at Royal Portrush. Everybody remember the famous scenes that was, and he does have a chance, of competing this week. So if he was able to finish, inside top 15, I, it would be fantastic. That's something I'm also looking for. It's gonna be a fantastic weekend, and let the golf do the talking.